secure the Poppy, and that makes Kalista harder to pick. There's a lot of mind games that can go on here, but nah. 369's already performing like an absolute monster. Gnar is the best top lane on the patch. We've been singing the praises of Gwen. Gnar is even better, and 369 will lock that in for himself. And then going on from here, they take the Kalista. They don't want to play against the Kalista Renata. I think V5, you take Poppy for sure here.
Yep.
And I'm wondering what else they want to take.
Looking at the GP, I mean, that was rich last game, but here's the Sylas.
Yeah, this is good.
Much better this time, and especially when Rookie's on it. I mean, in the past, has been an absolute godsend. As, wait, Photic Draven instead of the Poppy Orcs. Bot lane now matched.
They don't care about the Poppy, and he'll probably get banned second rotation here. It's obviously very good in the Kalista, but this is Photic wanting to challenge Hope in the bot lane. This is a very strong bot lane 2v2 between the Draven and the Renata. And the Sylas as well for Rookie. When you know the enemy team has the Gnar, one of the best ults in the game to steal, you don't need to be Mega Gnar to use it as the Sylas. And also 150% AP ratio if you slam them into the wall. JDG, instead of taking a support, they go for that Azir. Want to have a good matchup for Yagao. Neither team haven't picked the jungler yet, is a bit of a surprise, but we'll see the second rotation of bans come in. JDG, I wouldn't be... They're in a good position, right? Because they can pick... They can have first choice coming out the next stage of bans. They want to take a jungler like Poppy. They don't necessarily have to ban it if that's what they want, but they will deny it away. They know how threatening this could be towards the Kalista.
I mean, gives Kanavi choices, right? He's been on things like Wukong, Lee Sin. Viego's been one of his most played as well. That's already been banned away by V5. So things like Trundle we've been talking about today. Orcs, what else kind of lines up as we are just seeing jungle ban after jungle ban?
With Poppy off the cards, honestly, Lee Sin could be a decent pickup here. Although neither team yet has fantastic setup for it. Also, a thing to bear in mind is what is V5 going to take top into the Gnar? You could trim that pool a little bit. You could take away things like the Gwen, the GP, as much as Gnar is pretty strong into them. Don't necessarily want to give them chances. Actually go for the Sejuani, so something that Gnar does well into, but obviously is just a bit of a brick wall and a strong frontliner. And now V5, do you ban a support here as well? They are going to go for another jungler with that Wukong. My question is, because JDG can pick the jungle now if there's anything left open that they want to have priority on, or they can just take a support, and the best engaged support left is Nautilus by far.
Yep.
I mean, he's just the best engaged support in general, and we'll see if they opt to go towards that.
Maybe for the Brom instead, looking at it. Missing has been someone who's played a plethora of picks. Right now, rocking 6, 9, 12 unique champions in the bottom lane. And the Tahm Kench, one that he still hasn't played, Orcs. This is going to be number 13 at a very strange time. You don't sound like you like that.
Yeah, I mean, you're just going to get harassed down as the Tahm. And you don't pose much threat to Draven, Renata. Both of them can stop your Abyssal Voyage from coming in to try and CC them. So I'm not convinced by the Tahm pickup here. But clearly, JDG want to play front to back and think he'll help enable them to do so. V5, though, they pick their Lee Sin for Karsa. No Poppy to stop that. And then Rich will take the GP once again into the Gnar. Obviously, Gnar super strong at the moment, but GP should be able to withstand that matchup. Now, JDG get to select their jungler. They need Engage, is what I'm going to say. They absolutely need Engage in their composition. And what a better champion to have that secure point-and-click Engage than maybe a Vi.
Okay, Kanavi runs it back then. Orcs, quickly tell me on V5, because we have elements from last game, right? Rich back on the GP. We have ourselves a pretty fundamentally strong mid lane. But this time around, the direction feels a lot stronger to support, and again, it seems to be towards the bottom lane.
I mean, bot lane is going to be so volatile. I think V5 had the edge in the matchup with Draven Renata in the fact that the Tahm Kench came out from JDG. But, like, you know, if this matchup goes heavily in one side, it's going to snowball out of control, right? Draven went behind pretty unimpactful, especially when there's so much CC on JDG to shut him down. But if he's ahead, he could just be a monster. I think we've seen V5 have that strong mid jungle with the Sylas Lee Sin. I want to see them take control, move that pressure down, and I just expect an absolute slugfest in the bot lane. So I'm looking forward to it.
Good. It should be the same as game one then. I mean, game one started with an invade. It became a slugfest off JDG not showing respect to V5. This time around, we'll have to see the difference. Draven, always a gutsy pick, but in the LPL, it's not that much of a rarity these days as well. But coming back to it for V5, I mean, they've only ever dropped two games within a series that they haven't lost. They've only ever lost one series, Orcs. I mean, the same to be said about JDG. One team is walking away here with a 2-series loss. But we also know that JDG have this weird tendency to go to a game 3.
Yeah. And but even saw 369 in his interview before we came back from the break was saying, look, we want a 2-0 V5. We don't want to mess around. One of the issues is that the fact that JDG got to 3 games, you know, we joke about the fact that it happens a lot, but it's happened so often that V5 have a higher game difference than JDG, despite being lower in series played. They are not in a good spot. They have, so JDG are 11-1, top esports are 11-1, but top esports have +3 higher game difference, and that's what we use when there's a tiebreaker. So they really want to get as many 2-0s as possible to finish out the end of the split.
And the majority of our top 2 in previous splits, remember, folks, have also been 14-2s. Like EDG's, the top esports JDG era in 2020, 14-2, 13-3, worst case scenario. So, you know, you go down to that 2-series loss, you can't really afford to drop another if you want to get straight into the double elimination. And if you're tuning into LPL for the first time, double elim in the LPL for playoffs works like this. Our top 2 get seeded straight in, and it means that they get a second chance. It means that if they lose a best of 5, that they are not out and get a greater chance of going to Worlds as well, Aux. Also, top 4, you might just have enough points based off of that to get yourself into Worlds based off points. As you know, we are just setting up into this game. Wards are being placed on opposite sides to try and spot out, and that's Rookie dropping one on red side.
Trying to get some of that early vision. We won't see as much craziness as we saw in game 1 with the fact that Karsa was just living in Kanavi's jungle. But I expect pressure to be put down towards the bot lane when possible. Interestingly enough, to see the cleanse come out from Photic. I expect that was probably like a reaction to exhaust. It's pretty good, you know, missing exhaust and we can respond, but not really too much to be cleansed in this situation. But obviously they want to play the lane aggressive, and this is where I had a bit of a problem with the Tahm Kench. You don't offer too much threat into a Draven. It's very hard to hit your W onto him since he gets the movement speed from his W. He can E, he can throw his axes at you to knock you aside to interrupt your channel. And so I think this is just going to be, if the lanes play out naturally and it's just like 2v2, no jungle interference, which I'm just going to say, don't expect that to happen at all, but Photic and ppgod would pull ahead massively.
They do have a push in the bottom lane, but it looks of it. Our cameraman just liking the top side right now as Rich is doing something similar. And as Karsa passes towards, that'd be an interesting name for an old lady, Karsa. As Karsa passes towards the bottom lane orcs, for Hope and Missing being pushed in so aggressively right now, just giving a bit of safe leverage here to Photic and ppgod, who do have the damage trade, but looks like a good tongue lash hitting means that ppgod and Photic are going to be sent back a little bit.
Yeah, and we see Rookie actually trying to get on top of Yagao. This lane for the Sylas is a bit frustrating because Yagao can just harass you and push the wave, and the only way you're ever going to be able to trade with him is getting on top of him. But you're fine just kind of scaling into this. And we have to look at the ult choice for Rookie. Normally, we're happy if we have like one good ult. There is, honestly, I think all ults are pretty decent, right?
Oh, yeah.
Nas is exceptional. Vi is very good. Azir is pretty strong. But then, like, even Kalista has value, being able to, like, you know, save an ally. Tahm Kench, you know, the ult on Tahm Kench Ultimate, the AP ratio is really high. Like, it's over 100, I know for sure. It's like, you could just give your ally, like, a 1,500 shield, maybe, in the later stages of the game.
He'll using the bot side, though. But, yeah, I mean, as you said, there's so many good ultis here, but...
Yeah, it's 150% AP ratio, the Tahm Kench ult, so...
That's nuts.
Yeah. A lot of potential. And Rookie definitely a player who can live up to that. So we did see the heal used there from JDG, but you can see this is how, you know, we're 4 minutes in, a plate's already taken. This is how this lane will continue without outside influence. So I'm looking at Kanavi to shake things up.
But he's towards topside for the time being. Might be looking to influence mid as Rookie's been poked down so nicely by Yagao. Getting a lot of CS, but his health bar is dangerously low as he might have to burn a flash. Away with him, he's gone to Duck. Kanavi
beautiful.
Burns his, but that's so worth it here considering that jungle flash from mid.
Yeah, that was just so nicely played, though, by Rookie. The fact that, like, he had a minion left to E back to. He clears the wave, dashes back, and then flashes the CC. All things considered, Rookie gets what he wants with a reset, and it's a flash for flash, but now 369 in trouble.
Waiting for the hop, the flash, Sonic Wave connects, the flash burn, Tempest cripple. Karsa on Lee Sin. What more do you expect for first blood?
Flawlessly played, patient with the Sonic Wave, and then the E flash into the auto to take out 369. A lot of summoners burn on the top side there, but V5's gank is successful, whereas JDG's was not. They find themselves a little bit of an advantage. And overall, Rich has been trading pretty well into the Gnar for the time being.
So well played. I mean, waiting for that hop there. Karsa gets the pickaxe off his first blood as well. Damage advantage when you consider that, you know, Lee Sin isn't seen as much here, Orcs. We've been going towards the Trundle. The Viego's still there. Like, there's so many other jungle picks. Karsa pulls this out and looks exceptional yet again.
Yeah, I think the problem with Lee Sin at the moment is Poppy and Talia being meta. If either of those are being played, playing Lee Sin is so unfun. But a game like this, where both of them were unavailable, actually, I don't think Poppy was unavailable, just wasn't picked. But Lee Sin has free roam to take over, right? He can just, if he connects onto a squishy target and can get the follow-up there, so much you can do. And I feel like LPL Lee Sin just completely hits different. Even when we had the durability patch and Lee Sin had been nerfed, people were still playing him. Now, ppgod doesn't connect. Nice move from Hope, to be fair.
Yeah, same as last game, right? Little sidesteps. I mean, Hope has been impressive this split. I feel like an underrated AD carry, considering that we haven't talked about it much, but now we get to, as ppgod burnt his flash with the bailout and the cannon barrage. Will he survive the onslaught? As Missing with the tongue lash gets handshake back in. He's going to go down, and Photic cashes in. Rookie stole away the ult from Kanavi too. Wow. Double cash. We're rolling in money for Photic.
That's it. That might be enough just to make bot lane unwinnable for JDG. God. 415 was the first cash in. Look, he's 1,200 gold ahead of Hope on the back of that. He has 1,600 gold in inventory. Yeah, that's the thing with Draven, is he's so volatile. He's so scary because one cashing can mean that. And the problem is as well, with a game where, you know, with the Renata W, very hard to stop Draven from trading a kill. We'll get a replay. Yeah, they look for ppgod. They know he's flashless. They want to try and make the play, but Kanavi nowhere near with no 6. And then Photic comes in. The cannon barrage was obviously a big factor as well, but there it is. 415 gold plus the kill as well, giving so much. And then another kill here. Obviously no stacks on that one. He gets 45 on top of the kill gold. But he's more than happy. He hasn't actually backed yet. I believe he'll have his Eclipse. And then maybe like boots as well. I don't think tier 2 boots, but definitely at least the Eclipse. And look at Hope's items. He's got boots and a sword.
Hey.
He's just holding this little knife in his hands as Photic walks up to him and it's like, it's go time.
I mean, you can see Fate's Call going to be used here. Fire's coming down as well to cease and desist onto Photic. Remember, he said he hadn't backed as he flashes away. The Tahm Kench interrupted. Yep. Great stand aside on Missing, and stand aside they will.
Yeah, flash burn from Photic, but ultimately he doesn't go down. That's the problem with the Tahm Kench. You know, if this was a Nautilus, not much you can do to stop the depth charge, the Q from connecting the big hook. But ultimately, the stand aside from the Draven manages to stop the Tahm Kench from following up on the engage. And to be honest, it wouldn't be the end of the world if Photic died there, because he'd already cashed in his stacks earlier. But he is in a very comfortable spot. Doesn't opt to actually finish the Eclipse. Picks up a Sheen on top of some components, but he is doing an absurd amount of damage.
And that onto Hope, I mean, almost dies just from the ultimate. So as Hope runs back, no first item as you already mentioned, but we're still going to be watching bot lane with bated breath, because Photic, even without summoners, is going to hit hard. Orcs, this is exactly what we wanted to see. You talked about B5's bottom lane. You talked about both bottom lanes for that factor, right? Kalista, Draven, getting a big laning phase, and they've definitely done so. As topside, speaking of laning phase, Rich in a lot of trouble. 369. How many times do you want to load the dice? As the house goes a little bit wide, but remember, the economy's unstable. It's not a good time to buy. So for 369, by the way, not financial advice, is now going to be gank kicked against the wall. Sonic Waves there, but Kanavi with the counter gank, but underneath the turret, Karsa's willing to die. And again on this Lee Sin, he wants to play blood for the blood god. Yeah, not sure how I feel about that one. I respect the fact that Karsa went for it, finds the kill, does take 369 out, but obviously trades his life, so no massive advantage gained, although Karsa did burn his flash for that one. But yeah, 369 going for a heavy all-in on Rich, but just doesn't connect the final house. Now we got to look back at his bot lane. And the thing with how this goes is that Kalista likes the long trade. She likes to be able to auto a lot of times, stack up the Rens. Draven likes to throw one axe at your head and do like a 30 HP of damage. So as long as Photic doesn't get engaged on, he will just hard out trade Hope at any opportunity. You can see already, I mean, they're angling to go forward. Photic, every time he presses W, That blood rush to his head continues to threaten out hope. Those turret platings available for the next 4 minutes as well. And Aux, you can see that JDG is trying to build a response by sending Kanavi to bottom lane before it gets any worse.
Yeah, they want to make this happen. They know he's flashless. They have the ult, but Karsa is waiting in the wings.
Oh, used to get over the wall.
There he is.
Great timing. Sonic Wave going to connect here as the Fate's Call used. The ultimate from ppgod doesn't know is 1-2 onto Hope. Bailout's there, but no. The assault and battery ceases and desists his existence as 3 members of JDG are still unslaughtered as Rookie's stolen away Yagao's ultimate. Good Emperor's Divide from Yagao to make sure he doesn't get caught up in the mix.
Yeah, missing with the gobble because Photic was going to kill Hope, and Photic was going to get the reset from the Renata, but
meanwhile,
missing managed to save.
Ducked, and there you go. Rookie again with a great stolen ulti that just keeps giving gold to V5.
There's the combo, and like, we have games where it's like, all you need is 1 good ult for Sylas, I feel. 2 is nice, but when you have so many good ones, Rookie can just go anywhere, but like, oh, Emperor's Divide, I'll take that. And it's Rookie. We know he's so good with any ult he'll take here. Yagao should just be able to dash out of this one. But is starting to be threatened at this point by the Sylas, and Rookie has kind of just been, having a final time in the laning phase. Hasn't really been challenged enough and will be a monster as this game goes on.
I mean, he's just threatening in a 1v2. He knows that Yagao is still there. He has an inkling, but still being an absolute menace. As we look at the replay, Aux, and this was the 3v2 bot where Kanavi just ran on in the end.
Yeah, once again, missing can't start the engage with his W, gets interrupted. He gets cleansed, exhausted and cleanses it, and then Photic, he would have killed Hope for sure. But the gobble comes in, the ult from Kanavi as well to guarantee it, and as a result, they don't get the turnaround kill. So good play from JDG to shut down the Draven, but I don't think they're out of the woods yet in terms of that area.
I was going to ask you, as we look here again, Rookie, second time that ult's been so efficient. First time, of course, was the cease and desist as Mazel told me the name changes. Meanwhile, Rich in the top side has flash available. Barrel's going to get down. He burns it. And Kanavi has done a good job. And the Herald bot, though, is going to be the trade-off. So a summoner for first turret blood, again, means that JDG are definitely not even in the woods at this point. Orcs, they need a chainsaw or something to push their way through.
Oh, the Draven was already ahead. This is the problem. Like, he was already in such a lead. Now with those plates as well, it's going to be ridiculous. He's kind of been building, like, it's kind of like Draven's thrift shop where he's got like a bunch of components of different things. Half of an Eclipse, half of an Essence Reaver. I wonder if he's going to be able to finish both soon enough, honestly, with the extra gold from those plates. Don't think he'll be quite there yet, but he is going to become problematic soon. I mean, already is a problem. Has now got the Essence Reaver. Eclipse is going to be next. He's picked up those tier 2 boots. Or is he? He's deciding. I've noticed this. I didn't mention it before. Photic has gone to base a few times. He'll like buy something. Then he actually bought the Eclipse early and then changed his mind and refunded. Right. So he's trying to work out. He's like, I have so much gold, but I have so many items I want.
Yeah. Again, like
I want them all.
Unlimited shopping. JDG trying to make their own play on the bottom side though. Orcs, as we come back, now that Kanavi's leaving, I'm a little bit worried. Missing does not have any flashes. He tries the tongue lash to slow the play down. Karsa with a sonic wave, but Kanavi's about to come back in. The kick backwards. Fate's Call says no, and now that Karsa's knocked up, the hostile takeover brilliant. But the problem is JDG had their engage with Kanavi going in, but he's separated with Rookie stolen ult again, zoning out. It might not connect, but look who's dead. Draven now there as Rookie wants to carry the rest of the fight. The bailout onto Karsa resets. Hope still hopping around, but Rookie's at full HP, and he can 1v2 the rest of this as Chain Lash turns in. He gets the Kingslayer. Yagao, you're going to be next. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Terminator. That's the vibe I get from this man.
And Rookie does it. He managed to stay alive till the end of the fight, and that's the problem. JDG don't focus the Sylas, and in those long extended fights, you get so many rotations off your cooldowns. Rookie cleans it up. 9 stacks on the Dark Seal, and just some monstrous play here. You can see initially, this kick, Karsa, not the play when there's a Fate's Call, I'm just going to say, but the extended fight does start to go in favor. Yagao tanks a lot of damage with the crown, so he doesn't get chunked, and then that ult comes in. Rookie doesn't manage to get Hope with his in return, but this whole time, Rookie's not being focused. Like, at no point do they start pumping damage into him, and he's free just to clean up this fight.
I just love, like, Rookie's having such a good time.
He's
because
vibing.
Right, there's no target, but Rookie was already in such a good place. Aux, he picks up 3 kills from this fight. And that was at
Yeah.
the 14-minute mark. We just saw teleports getting unleashed, giving us a nice timer. But for V5, they still remain in charge. And while Photic goes down in the play, while Hope is able to get something in this game, we turn a new leaf. And Rookie, who, by the way, just died, somehow is now 4-1. I'm not sure how he died, or I'm sure we're going to get a replay. Replay it after.
I don't know. We'll get to see. Okay, just recall in there. Yeah, not the best place to go for a recall. And was punished, and that's a lot of gold that went over. Is this just solo? Man. Okay, no, a little bit of help came in for the Kalista, but it's kind of crazy how strong the Vi is with the build that Kanavi has gone.
Oh,
he actually managed to kill Kanavi. Yeah, wow.
What? It's still insane. I mean, still insane. Essentially a 1v2. JDG caught up in some of the gold, but Aux, let's bring it back to square one. Because 16 minutes, 16 kills. This is my type of LPLs. I'm sure it's everyone's at home. V5 have 2 dragons, though. They've been stacking this up, and, you know, in terms of scaling, is there a conversation here, or is it simply just about how these comps operate? Where do you want to start?
Yeah, I feel like both teams are strong scaling elements, honestly. I think it's hard to judge, like, flat out who will outperform. For example, like, you know, Sylas can be a monster in the late game, but so can Azir. Draven and Kalista are both more snowbally picks, but can still, if given freedom, do a lot. GP and Nah, right? Both these strong in the late game. I don't have a clear-cut answer. I guess we'll see as the game pans out who sort of has the edge. But I feel like execution is going to be the major thing. And with 2 dragons in pocket for V5, third coming in 10 seconds, JDG have set up early. They're in the area. They're in control. This is good for them because V5 want to be getting access to the backline. They want Rookie to be on top of them. But it looks like the game plan here is not to contest this dragon, and that's the comfort. You have 2 already. I mean, you can go for this top lane tower. You can herald mid. And JDG, well, they get their first dragon of the game, but it's only the 1.
It will be close to a 2-turret trade. I mean, even look to the top side. Rich is pushing inner. Karsa's going to shadow him as 369 moves out in the Meganar. But for JDG, playing very defensive here as Rich and Karsa will spot out the unit moving around. While V5 are pinging towards that mid lane turret. Aux, if they get this, their gold trade will move them to about 3k, close to in the lead.
Yeah, put them in a good position. Karsa caught out.
Safeguard, though, as Rich gets a barrel train. He's buying time. Barrels are gone as he's eaten up. Oh, no. Unfortunately, inside of missing is Rookie! Rookie! Every time! He's exhausted, but as he goes golden, JDG waiting for him with a hostile takeover. Saves his life. A good ulti, though, from Yagao. Mid laner's coming up clutch. Rookie's bailed out, but can't get a kill. Yagao versus Rookie is stepping up huge.
Man, Hope managing to do so much to clean up that fight. Rookie saw the window and he went for it, but it wasn't a favorable fight in the end. Karsa being down made such a big difference. Damn close to a 4v5, but it wasn't enough, and now JDG will take that mid tower in return, and the Kalista has got a lot of gold off the back of that. Bear in mind, you know, this Draven was so far ahead. Hope already had equal items going into that fight and is now going to be able to pick up some more, but yeah, Karsa just caught out, could have ward hopped away, but was very late on it. So as a result, got CC chained and missing, even able to stack passive before he stopwatched. Then Rookie sees this window, goes for it. The damage is pretty insane, but the exhaust comes in, the lockdown is there, the hostile takeover again, massive. Then Yagao sliding in, slamming the Draven and the Renata back, and then Hope is there for the cleanup.
I mean, Hope is, in the perfect place at the perfect time and gets a triple kill at the end of this as well. But mid laners, man, the big ultis, absolutely unbearable. We're getting ourselves a JDG comeback Aux. The early game was set up for Draven. Now Photic is 3-3. He's got 3 items, but look who's matching him. Renan's Hurricane has been picked up, and I mean, Hope is now into the game.
Hope has fully completed boots, right? That's the edge. Crazy to think how much gold Photic gets from like his cash-ins, but he hasn't cashed in a while. Got about 450 gold earlier, and since then Hope has been the one pulling ahead. And this Kalista can be a menace if you don't pin Hope down. He will just outperform in these extended fights. We're dead even in terms of gold, and I mean, this is everything we wanted and more from this series.
Yep. Again, the Tuesday night delivers. V5 versus JDG. One's going home with 2 series losses, but you know, our second versus our third. And the fact that everyone gets to watch this, you know, on Tuesday night, it's a solo night here for LPL. At 20 minutes into the game, we are at 22 kills. Now, Dragon stacking was interrupted before by JDG. Orcs, I want to talk a little bit about Baron setup here with the two teams we have. JDG do it insanely fast.
Yeah.
V5 in an element with the Draven, maybe not as fast, but it's still worth considering with these two teams for sure.
Yeah, so it's risky to go for a Baron against V5 because they have the Cannon Barrage, because if you're stuck in the pit against Hostile Takeover, against the Stole Gnarl, very, very threatening. But they have a lot of members who can get over the wall if they want to try and sneak it, and they have insane Baron DPS and secure. So Yagao, one of the best mid laners for Baron DPS is Azir, at least definitely one of the best in the current meta, and Hope as well on the Kalista can make it very easy to secure with the Rens. So we saw that blue trinket come out because they didn't have vision of JDG and the Baron had spawned, but V5 need to maintain visionless objective, because if you slip up, it doesn't take long to see a window where JDG could sneak it, and that would be a great way for them to firmly push themselves and control this game.
Well, I mean, again, for Yagao, he'll only get more deadly in that regard as well, just on the note of Baron takes. He's on his second item. Shadow Flame has been picked up as he's matching Rookie with the Zhonya's, but pause on that. As Photic pops over, there you go, Crown is now down. And Yagao, a bit of a timer on that Mythic, meaning that towards Dragon, he's got about a 30-second window to get it back up.
Yeah, it looks so funny, just him launching the axe, they're doing like 0 damage. It's like it literally just like bounces off the crown. But yeah, now JDG doing what they should again and having control over the area. You see Karsa potentially looking for a kick there. Gnarled stolen, exactly the one Rookie wants here. But V5 have to try and make their way in, try and find a good angle for Rookie, because if they run in a straight line towards JDG, that's where Azir, that's where Kalista can really thrive.
I mean, 369 needs to build up a Mega Gnar bar at the very least. It's quite low as we stack it up and Dragon spawns. Rookie's moving over to this angle where Kanavi's hovering, but he'll spot him out momentarily. Going into the Dragon Pit, trying to burst this out. Remember, they have Ren, they have Smite. Rookie ready to get over the wall with a Mega Gnar. It's go down to Kanavi as JDG's jungler getting hit for the time being. The flash in from Rich, the barrel, the Cannon Barrage is great as Rookie's still trying to go forward while 369 into a Mega Gnar finally. But the fight is done. No Mega Gnar available. The Hostile Takeover hits 2 and keeps him in place. The sandwich is here as Rich gets sent into the team, but a cash in from Photic. Another adoration in the backside. Rookie getting blasted. It's so messy as he runs for his life, but Hope and Kanavi have his number. A double kill for a Ren. Photic dealing with 369, who's getting Draven. He flashes away. Karsa trying to help him, but he can't. A triple kill over to Hope, and Jing Dong do it all again in game 2.
They managed to deliver once more at a fight that it looked like initially V5 had the edge, but JDG kited back to that tower. The Azir slams up, Yagao giving them space, and this is the problem. If you keep running at JDG in a straight line, eventually they will just end up winning out. You need these flank angles. V5 never found them, and not only do they lose the Dragon, but Baron will be forfeit as well.
You've got a lead that's just going to build up to 3,000 gold at this point. Hope is ginormous on this Kalista after what was just such a rough laning phase. And for JDG, the team that normally goes to 3 games, we're looking like a potential 2-0 here, Orcs, as we look at the replay.
Yeah, there's possibility. So the way the fight pans out is really V5 want to be getting behind JDG. You see Rookie jump and use a lot of his tools, well, mainly the ultimate onto Kanavi, but the kite back comes in. They're looking for 369 on the side, but he's able to get away. And then this is just a great call from JDG. Kite back, play towards the tower. They get it up, and although this ends up getting messy, like Rich is full HP, and yes, he does manage to trade kills, but he ends up going down. You see Photic can't continue, and Hope starts to stack up damage. He has that ability just to rip through anyone who gets close to him, takes out Rookie, and then Photic gets jumped on by 369. And this is the power of the Gnar at the moment. Since the durability changes, Mini Gnar is so tanky. You can't just burst through him, and he ends up running Photic down in the end. So fantastic call from JDG to reposition in the fight and get to a position where they were more comfortable, where they were stronger.
And now we're against the Baron. JDG, I mean V5, to hold these side lanes looks so difficult at the moment. Rich has great wave clear here, Orcs, but JDG are grouping up as a 4-5-man unit with 369 off on the wing. And the barrels against Baroned up minions are not doing enough as the onslaught continues. And JDG just want to burn this down. It's taken a while, though.
Yeah, it's just allowing the the powerful cannon to do the work. But look mid, 369 is going to be able to take that mid tier 2 and return.
Rookie's caught, or maybe not. Maybe it's Kanavi who puts the engage of Scott of Duck connects. Here's the Vault Breaker and Assault and Battery. Rookie now in the choke as he is zeroed again. V5 is sent backwards, but the rest of JDG on here. And 369 without a Mega Knight to contribute. Give more cash into Photic in this late game. V5 defend.
Really nice play coming out. Rookie decides they're going to take out Kanavi. And a lot of tools not even used, right? The ultimate from Hope, Missing, and Kanavi all on cooldown there. And 369 not in the fight. Feels like JDG just got complacent. They saw the 2-0 in front of them. And now losing all those Baron buffs. There's only 38 seconds left on the buff. Not going to get another chance to push. And we're back right to where we started. Hysterics, the gold, there's not too much of a difference. And it's going to be about playing around that dragon once again. We'll see the replay come out. And yeah, it's just the confidence from Rookie. With the crown, knowing that he can't be bursted out, looks to take out Kanavi.
I mean, perfect. It's gone Duck. Vault Breaker, sorry, the Cease and Desist, as Gazelle told me it's called. No longer is it Assault and Battery. But, I mean, Kanavi still gets taken to court anyway. So beautiful stuff from V5. Cash in from Photic ×2. Worth mentioning because now he's got an LDR and a BF sword. Still hasn't upgraded his tier 1 boots orcs, but he won't be worried about that.
Something to know as well from Rich, we are seeing the crit Gangplank build. We've seen so many of the Bruiser Gangplank builds. This is the I'm going to barrel combo you and win the entire fight of one barrel combo. And that was what happened in the last one. He just blew up Missing. Kanavi and Yagao also took a lot of collateral damage. And that's why this can be so volatile, so scary. It could literally come down to, does Rich hit a barrel combo onto the right targets? That could literally be the difference between them winning or losing a fight, them winning or losing this game. There is a ward for a TP flank for 369, but his Mega is about to time out. I'm not sure if JDG even going to contest this dragon. Looks like they want to take some structures instead.
You can see pings were going down from JDG, so while that ward remains, at the very least, start thinking about it in the near future as Kanavi's going to try and set up for a dive onto Rookie. Meganar ult stolen. JDG committing 4 members to this inner turret while that dragon set goes down. So gold trade once again. Orcs, they're going further for it. 5 members here to break down the inhibitor turret, but with Cannon Barrage and with Rookie having a Gnar ulti, this is risky on the escape. As Karsa, he's got the angle. Sonic Wave going to connect, interrupts the Vault Breaker as he kicks back. It's janky though, as Cease and Desist keeps him in place. Karsa not doing enough as Rookie with the Gnar ulti. 369s is better. It's a 3-man knockup from Missing, but look at the choke. It sets up for the hostile takeover, while the send back from Yagao is even better. Rookie low with a bailout as a double kill, a barrel from Rich, makes it into a triple. Look at the GP as Photic gets the next one. Yagao trades off. This game is freaking crazy.
It's going insane. It's such a back and forth in these fights. And in the end, it's the barrels. Rich is able to take it. Rookie TP's in top, and they are looking to try and get as much as they can. It's only Yagao to defend. It isn't Azir. They don't have Baron buffs, but they're going to lose some structures.
Oh, wait, they're going to stop him. Oh, they're close. Loyalty program came out second. Rookie has himself a stolen Azir ult if he wants, but hey, at the very least, inhibitor goes down. V5 still competitive to make this a game number 3. Gold dead even Orcs, and Rookie's trying his heart out on the Sylas, but 369 TP'd into the backside. Rookie on the grand escape out. We ain't queuing the yakety sacks yet.
Yeah, looks like 369 going to try and chase him down, but he should just be able to get out here. Karsa flubbing the kick quite a bit there, but ultimately, these fights are so messy, and when they're this messy, they favor V5's composition. Being able to get Rookie onto the backline. Once again, a Storm on our ultimate, such a short cooldown that's available so frequently. And at this point, it's doing insane amounts of damage. Gotta assume Photic is close to being full build on this, but it's 3 dragons to V5. And bear in mind, JDG made a gamble. They sacrificed the dragon. They're like, it's cool. We give up the dragon, but we won't let them get a 4th because the game won't go that long. But now they know pressure will be on if they let it get to the next dragon. They want to start this Baron and make things happen now.
No. But 369 went into Mininar. Rookie is the one with the ulti here at 2k, 1k. It's smited down. Karsa with the Sonic Wave as Rookie with the ulti. It's a 2-man against all the Fates call safe today, but Kanavi is now hitting his ally. A shutdown onto Rich in the backside's good. As Yagao shuffle is even better. Hope survives, and victory 5 are going to become victory 0 in a red hot second from Jing Dong.
And that's enough. It's such a back and forth constantly, but JDG get the last fight, and at the end of the day, that is all that matters. They start the Baron. They know waiting to the Dragon could be such a risk, but they find the fight, and not only that, it's a 5-0. Hope was kicked in, but saved by missing, and the shuffle from Yagao, they managed to find it.
I can't believe it. Your birthday deserved a game 3. However, JDG and V5 still delivered within the game. They will move to first place, and JDG are giving us those spring-summer 2020 flashbacks all over again.
And I feel like there's been a lot of doubts for JDG. The fact they always go to 3 games, dropping games against weaker teams, it always makes you question them. But to take down V5 2-0, it's not happened to split, right? Even the fact they lost to Weibo was a 2-1. This team who we lauded as the kings of game difference, rarely dropping, get obliterated by JDG. And don't get me wrong, that game 2 was close, but JDG clutched it at the end. Yagao as well on the Azir, someone who has constantly struggled to live up to, the likes of Knight, Rookie, Scout, Xiaohu, the big mids in the LPL. He definitely lived up in that game.
Oh, he did. Honestly, like, Yagao versus Rookie being a highlight matchup was the right direction, considering Yagao in that series had such a great performance as usual this split. But a real difference maker again. I mean, 369 soloing out Rich. I'm not sure what happened in the backside Orcs, but Rich's GP just caught completely unawares. And that fight in front of Baron means, well, we don't get a game 3, unfortunately. So V5 making some what uncharacteristic errors, I guess, is direction.
Yeah, I mean, some mistakes, but that's the problem in that game, is that because they lost so much momentum on that Draven, it really came down to execution in fights. And it was like, the fights they were winning was because Rich would hit these barrel combos. The second Rich was taken out of the equation, they just didn't have the damage. It even seemed like it started pretty good, right? They were trapped in the Baron pit, they kicked Hope, but the save coming for missing. The Tahm Kench, I was critical for the lane weakness, paid dividends in the team fight. The Gobble, super strong there, and yeah, I feel like V5 just did not look on form. But even then, I will say that's because the standard we set for them is so high. Whereas JDG, monsters in this one. Absolute monsters. Oh, yeah. And we see 3.5k gold lead for V5. Second time in a row, they had a gold lead early. I know it was obviously less significant in game 1, but JDG able to answer back in the fights.
Oh, the fact that we get so close to a game 3, though, is such a tease. Such a massive tease. Rich doing a surprising amount of damage. I will say that, the barrel chains we saw in that topside jungle fight Orcs was a teaser, a little taste into this GP and how he's going. But yeah, again, the final fight hurts so much as Hope gets himself the top KDA. Now, am I surprised, Orcs? Not really. Let's be real. I mean, Hope had such a good game considering his laning phase was shot by Photic and ppgod getting ahead.
Yeah, I honestly thought after the cash-in for Photic, that might have just been it, but they weren't able to find the momentum, and Hope performed so well in these fights, just not being able to be threatened. It felt like Photic was getting bounce housed, right? By the Vi, by the Gnar, by the Azir. I don't really think we saw him have